Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop for 10 more minutes of drama-free thunderchief molding action. 10 minutes at a time. Alright everybody, I cheated a little bit on this bottom one, okay? Since this is all flat, I had a good idea. I just taped this up, you know, made me a little jam there and poured me some resin in there. Bam, not one leak. Okay, now that's set up to where it's tacky. I put me a piece of cloth on there. Now I gotta do the bottom yet. So, and I don't want this to cure solid before the bottom does. And then we'll have laminating issues. If this piece sets all the way up and that piece is tacky, you have to put your layers of cloth on there when it's still tacky, you know what I mean? But I basically just poured that up. I'll show you. I think it was a good idea. I'll wide brush it and put a bunch of layers when I could just pour some in there and bam! And I'll be working on this one little piece till midnight. Okay, got all this cloth saturated. Now, since the top of this and this is the same batch, I got a guy asking about the bulkheads. I'm assuming he means these parting planes. When I do the fuselage, I'll get into that in more detail. But pretty much, I just screwed this plug to that board, and I didn't really need no intense parting planes, you know. But when I make the fuselage molds, I'll make more videos of them parting planes. But this is just all simple stuff here. Need to pour some in this lip here. That worked pretty good. Not one drop of resin dripped out of that around this duct tape. And it's just a thin layer, but you know, 3 or 4 layers of brushing, that would have took me all day. And I took my drill bit and I drilled my lining pins. I just went in about an 1/8 inch. We'll get into that in more detail on the fuselage plug too. But I like that for my line bit pins. It works out really good. With them dots, the only bad thing about them dots is when you put them on and you got to cover them up the first round. The second round you fill them up. That's easy. But it's real hard to keep resin all the way around them because resin wants to run out, you know, and I've had a lot of air bubbles around them things, and my drill bit idea seems to work really good as long as your surface coat is thick enough. See, this first coat, we're just going to make thick enough to where it's just going to take one for my surface coat. I am. You guys see that? What I'm doing now? A little bit. Why don't you say something? Basically, I just took some of my resin and poured it where I want it. Now really all I gotta do is let this alone until it sets up. With these two being the same batch, it'll, you know, they'll set up about the same time now, and I can come in here and put me some cloth on there, bam. Pull this tape off, put me some cloth in there. This end be done. I'll probably do that do it the same way on this bottom piece. That's going to be good because it oozed into them corners, so there's no air bubbles trapped. So a lot of times, even with my pastry bag, you'll trap air bubbles in there. Then you'll end up with them air bubbles on your gaps. But when it's this thinner resin, you know, or if you put it on with a brush really thin, you don't trap no air bubbles. So you end up with less flaws around your edges. And I think this is going to work a whole lot better, people. But we'll see, you know. When we pull this mold apart and when we're making our kits, we'll see. Y'all will be there. Y'all be watching. Won't you? Watching like a hawk. I know how you guys are. Bam. Well, that's that, people. That's all I got for you now. I just wanted to show you that little time-saving step I made. And you can only do that when you're messing with flat surfaces. You know, it's obvious you can't do that around the wing or fuselage, or even this top part. But when you have some flat surfaces, bam! Just dam her up and go. Let me get this freight train moving, baby. So, how was y'all's weekend? You ain't flying in? Anyone into Big Brother or Survivor this year? Oh yeah, it started. Done had the second episode. Oh, Jimmy Johnson's running things. She's got the training camp going on. It's funny. But, well, I guess I'm going to have to cut this episode of Bob TV a little short. So, tune in next time for another exciting episode of Bob TV. Same Bob time, same Bob station. This episode of Bob TV was broadcasted in Philovision. This is a drama-free zone.